I'm offering a hands-on training session for Delphi, lasting several hours, to give you a glimpse of what the development environment looks like, the language, and what you can do with it. This video series is divided into 12 parts. I'll start with a brief history of Pascal and of course Delphi. When I say brief, I mean brief. Of course, you have links to explore further. The development environment, through several versions, specifically the latest ones, as well as a few earlier versions, since not everyone is necessarily using the latest version. When it starts, it may happen that you enter a company or work on projects that are still on Delphi 7 or Delphi 2009 or 2005, which are still a few decades old now, but that doesn't stop you. You still need to get into it. So overall, what I'm offering you here will let you take a look at everything. Then, I'll dive into the Pascal language, which is the language behind Delphi, or rather the underlying language. In any case, the development language that Delphi is based on, including Pascal and Object Pascal. Of course, the object-oriented part will be covered right after that. I'll show you what Delphi projects look like and what you can do with them. Of course, the object-oriented part will be covered right after that. I'll show you what Delphi projects look like and what you can do with them. Then we will talk about cards, components, how to draw a screen. We'll dive into databases with the different sets of components used in Delphi for database programming, and we'll also see how to debug a project. Community Edition 11.3 Alexandria and version 12, Athens for the paid or academic versions. And we'll also see how to debug a project, and I'll wrap up with a more down-to-earth approach, discussing the available versions of Delphi at the time I'm recording this video series, which are Community Edition 11.3 Alexandria, and version 12 Athens for the paid or academic versions. And finally, I'll show you some additional resources that will help you go further. This video series is aimed at developers, whether you're familiar with Delphi or not, just to give you a general understanding of the environment, the language, and some pointers to get started. Don't expect to find something comprehensive. Delphi comes with a few hundred libraries provided. The Pascal language is easy to learn. I'm giving you the basics. However, to know everything, it depends on the compiler and the environment you're working in. And in this case, in Delphi, it's huge. So obviously, I can't cover everything in less than half a day's worth of video. That's the subject of other video series and training. If you want to go further, you can always reach out to me. There are also many books available, and I mentioned them in the resources. So this is a training series of videos aimed at developers who want to get into Delphi, or who, for one reason or another, want to try out another language and want to use the version as a free edition or one of the paid versions, depending on where they are and which license best fits their needs.